So long story short, I had this really great laptop that I used when I was in college. It was touchscreen and it was super dang on fast. Like I could download so many softwares and be working multiple programs at once. And I just don't know how I ended up with it. Like I got it from my parents and like they were using it and they kept asking like why am I touching the screen and like things are moving. They had no idea it was touchscreen. And so like when they gave it to me, I was like, whoa, like this is a win. And I used it all 4 years throughout school and it was just so amazing. It got to a point where I was doing a job interview for my last role and I'm getting ready for the teams meeting and like the thing is just shutting down on me. Like it's literally just it probably would have blue screened me, but I don't know what was going on with it, but I broke it. Like I was so pissed off that I had to get on my phone and use the Microsoft Teams on my phone that I broke that laptop. And I'm still mad at myself till this day because of what I did and not just like, sit down and move it out of my way. I got the job. Yay. I got the job. But I broke my laptop and I was out of a unit. So I got this from my mom. And she would always complain about this laptop being so slow. And she was right. She was absolutely right. I got the laptop and it just made me move so much slower. Like, I got absolutely nothing done. And this is the Pentium Gold processor in it and 4 gigabyte DDR4 memory. And excuse me. And this is such a crappy laptop because of the processor. Like, I literally could not do anything on this laptop. Like, it literally takes 4 business days for you to even open up an Edge tab. Like, that's how bad this laptop is. I've factory reset it like 8 times. It's just a bad processor. It's a crappy processor, and it should be illegal for HP, Hewlett Packard, and all these other companies to sell such low end processors in these laptops because when you go to Walmart, you go to Best Buy, you think, oh, I'm buying something new, it's going to work good. No, it's not. It has a bad processor. And of course, a lot of people in these positions, they're just there to sell the equip. They're there to sell, all these different electronics. They don't necessarily understand what's going on. I get, not overselling somebody like an i9 and they're just trying to watch YouTube videos. Okay, but what happens if they, want to do a little bit more? People get more creative as they go and, they have different workloads that they want to add on. And so I just feel like, HP and Dell, y'all got to stop with these little entry level processors because you're not doing anything. Like like it's not gonna hurt to just charge a little bit more. Laptops these days are extremely overpriced. And so because that, I was like, oh, well, my work laptop had 64 gigabyte RAM and it was just going crazy. I could have like several virtual machines going. I could have several Autodesk, AutoCAD going, Acrobat going, 30,000 Internet Explorer tabs going. Like, that's just how powerful that computer was going. And it was not going slow at all. I could have Excel, like the application actually running, Word running, and it was just crazy fast how much it was able to do. And unfortunately, I wasn't well versed then like I am now, and I was like, oh well, let me just upgrade the RAM. So I bought a laptop. And so essentially I went from 4 gigabyte RAM to 16. That was the wrong answer because this has the Intel Celeron processor in it and it's just as slow. So it don't get me wrong, it can do something, but it's not doing a lot. And for where I'm going, just knowing that I want to get back into graphics, I want to do more design, I'm doing videos now, and I will be streaming. I just have a lot more that I need to do on this computer, and this laptop is not going to work. So that made me spend like an extra $300 something. Um, all good because I can just pack up this laptop, take it to like day-to-day locations, and be able to still be as productive and just leave my new built customized PC at home. So that's just what I'm gonna do. And I'm very much okay with that. I'm gonna go through a couple of designs that I had made on PCPartPicker.com. Um, so with that being said, I have three main builds that I made. Um, one's a all black build, one's an all white build, and then I have a variant of the all black build. So that's just like the second piece. So with that being said, let's go over the all white build. And excuse me. Damn. So the all white build. I really wanted an all white laptop. Not a laptop. Oh my goodness. I wanted an all white desktop just because like I've seen a lot of different designs and they all look extremely cool. But I decided that black was the answer for me. So I bought like a black microphone because I want a stealthy setup. And if you look at my desk, so a Husky workbench, I have it in all black because they didn't make the bottom piece in all white. So because I do have a Husky toolbox that is all white, and in my last apartment I did use it as like my nightstand, kind of like my mantle for my room. And like I just had my TV above it on the wall, and it was just kind of like a decorative piece for my bedroom. But now I'm a little bit mixed matched because they don't offer it in both colors. So because this is my desk area, this workbench is my desk, I'm gonna do all black. I was really stuck between doing the all white build versus the all black. With all white, like you can see everything that's going in. You can see like every zip tie. I don't know why that would it bothered me. And with the all black build, I definitely did not want any RGB lights in there. So it's just gonna be just all black, but the memory will be RGB. That is the only light that will be in there, and that'll just be like a sense of, oh, look over, and there it is. So the central processing unit, the CPU, I will be doing Intel. So I am going to run a i9 core processor. It's going to be the 12th generation 16 core processor. So the CPU I decided to go with is Intel. It is a 16 core processor, 12th generation, and that is listed for $256, which is a really great price compared to the i9 13th generation, i9 14th generation, and even the i7 13th and 14th generation. So I've been communicating with somebody. I've been communicating with employees who are very well versed in the computer industry, and they are Computer R Us. No, this is not a sponsored video. I actually just randomly found them on Google, and people charge you for this information, and they did not charge me at all just to be sitting there going back and forth, emailing them, sending them different lists that I'm working on. Just getting them to verify, like, how do you think this is going to compare? Like, how does this compare with this one? What do you think these are compatible, yada yada, because there is a compatibility um, checker on the PC part builder, PC part picker. Oh my goodness. So yes, with the PC part picker, they do have like a compatibility function, and it'll just basically check, make sure everything is going to fit, everything's working together. If the motherboard is compatible with the CPU and everything of that sort, it will check, but you still have to go back through yourself because there's small things that can be overlooked. Especially when it comes to like the length of certain things. Maybe your CPU cooler might be a little bit too big, or your memory might be too big for your CPU cooler. So you would have to make sure those things fit. And Computer RS ATL, they're out in Kennesaw. They didn't charge me at all. Cause first I started off by Facebook Marketplace, because there's a lot of people selling different things, and like I started looking first at cases, and cases would pop up, like people would be getting rid of their old cases, and next thing you know I started seeing, oh, I build PCs, give me $150. So I talked to two people. um the first guy, he's the one who put me onto PC part picker, so I want to thank him. um he really did a great job. He built me out a PC, and well, he built me like a parts list, and of course at the time I didn't know what that meant, but like I gave him an idea of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to look. First, I wanted to do like some type of customized water system, but I'm not going to spend that much money on something and possibly end up with water damage. I don't want my PC flooding because they are expensive, and I'm not here to waste money. There's certain things I like to waste money on, and that's not one of them. Like, I don't want to waste money on something that is going to eventually be a problem. So he built me out a parts list, and I took that parts list and I gave it to um the people that will be building my PC for me. And they were like, it's not a bad build. It wasn't bad. So kudos to him for, like, actually doing a good job. There are honest people out there. And there was another guy that I spoke to on Facebook Marketplace, and he was literally just flat out charging me $50 just to even talk. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll keep you in mind. Because I'm like, there's a lot of people who like to talk for free, and I'm one of them. Like, I don't mind spreading out information. I don't mind talking. It's nothing to me. I enjoy talking. Like, I love talking. I talk to myself. I'll get on Xbox. I'll talk all day. I don't care what I'm talking about. But I'm not the type of person I'll sit there and charge people, especially considering that these people don't know what they're asking about. So it's like, you want me to pay you $50 so you can yap to me about shit I don't understand that's going on. So it's like, I saw that there were people doing excellent, giving me excellent quality. So I'm not about to sit here and pay you $50 and then turn around and pay you a builder's fee. No. So, first guy, thank you so much. Put me on the PC part picker, and then I randomly called somebody, because like I would like for a shop to do it. That way, I know that I'm still getting a warranty on top of the warranty parts, and plus, it just feels more safer for me. Um, I'm not scared of the dude, but it's just more of like, as far as like building, responsibility plays a big part. And I ain't finna be out here suing people, but at least I can go into the shop and be like, hey, well, do you mind repairing this? Yada yada. No diss to him. He did an excellent job. It's just I have to make more sound decisions, and he did a great job. I'm not gonna lie. So, now that we've discussed that I will be using an i9 12th generation CPU, 16 core processor, let's get into the CPU cooler. So I chose to go with NZXT cranking Elite 360. So that's the millimeter of the fans. That's the sizing of the fans. So I decided to do the NZXT Kraken Elite 360 because the screen is full on display. The regular version without the Elite, there's like a little square display and it doesn't use the entire screen. And that would have bothered me. So I don't even mind spending the extra $100 on getting a larger screen. Because I do want my build not only to be extremely productive, I also want it to be visually like cute. I'm all for the aesthetics. So that is about $279. I'm going to order that from the actual website because when I go on Walmart, I go on Amazon, like there's different variations. Some of them are trying to use the same color, same picture, and I'm just not going to take that risk. So I'd rather just go through them because there automatically is a manufacturer warranty on the device itself. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna just go through the manufacturer. And for the motherboard, this is the only difficult part because it does have a bit of silver in it. And again, I wanted this to be like all black, like stealth out, no RGB lights, none of that. So, oh, and on that Kraken Elite 360, that is not RGB, it's just flat out plain. So for the motherboard, I chose to go with the Asus. I think this is a Republic of Generation board. But this is the LGA 1700 motherboard. And I chose this because it has like a plate over the motherboard, but it has the silver on it, and I like again, I don't want to paint it. I might just put like some black tape over it, not black tape, but like some contact paper over it. Probably won't. That's a lot of work. Um, it was more in my price range. Like, is what $179. I was looking at some that were like 209, but it just didn't have that same aesthetic feeling that I was going for. I'm still on the fence about that. I will be looking again more tonight. I might just have to increase the budget just a bit more, just to switch it out, and then just make sure everything's still compatible as far as the processor and the CPU cooler. So, looking at the back of this, it looks really nice. I like the little designs on it. It does have my two USB-C ports. It does have a network Ethernet port, which is definitely something I needed because I will be switching into and out of different laptops. I will still be using this red one with the Pentium processor in it. So I will definitely still be using that because there's external things I'll be using on that laptop just because like I want certain things separate, and that's initially why I went with a second desk. That way I can have a second workspace, and depending on which job I get, I will be moving out depending on the location of where I am, just to be there. So I'll probably do like a second bedroom, and I'll have be able to put both desks in there, and probably start using actual entertainment center in my bedroom instead of using my toolbox, which I really love. Like, that was my favorite thing in my bedroom, just my toolbox. Like, people would come in like, why do you have a toolbox here? Yeah, I work with my hands. Like, I am my daddy's daughter. Like, come on, y'all. Like, I mount TVs. I do everything. Like, literally everything I do at work, I'll literally buy an extra copy for my apartment for myself. Like, I have like 3 different mini screw sets. I have literally 3 copies of everything. Everything. I have extra pairs of scissors. I have 30 rulers. Like, literally every single thing. I have several extra copies just because I like to have things in different locations. It makes it quicker to go pick up things. So like usually if I buy one thing, I'll just buy another one, and makes the productivity so much quicker and much more easier instead of just like that's just how I am. I don't mind spending money if it's gonna make my life more easier. So that is my motherboard for now. So with the memory, I struggled with this a little bit. I had to do a lot more research because at first I was going to use the team group, but it was to my knowledge that that was off brand. I'm like, what? I've seen so many people build with the T group and like the T Force. Like literally, those are the only memory cards that I see like on most people's builds. Whew. So like I see a lot of people use like the team group memory, which is like the T Force, and I love the RGB on that. Again, this is the only RGB I'm gonna have on my PC, and so I had to do a little bit more research because I definitely want to run 64 gigabyte RAM. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're not going to use that much. You're not going to use that much." I don't know I don't know what's in store for this PC, but it's a lot. I don't know what I'm about to be doing, but I know that I need a lot of power. I need a lot of power, and so even if I don't touch that 64, that's perfectly fine. As long as I know that this computer is going to be off the chain, I don't mind. Like if I'm about to spend all this money on it, I'm gonna get what I want. So this made me struggle a little bit because after he told me that the T Force was basically like off brand, he told me to stick more towards Corsair. So I started to do a little bit more research and I came across the Vengeance cards. So a 64 gigabyte, which is two 32 gigabyte cards, um, it's $194 and it's only 6,000 megahertz. And I just had to do a little bit more research on that. So on my motherboard, there's 4 slots, and I kind of want to use all 4. So I decided to break 64 up into 4. So I'm going to run 4 16 gigabyte cards so I can cover up every slot. I don't know. I don't think it will be tacky. I've seen a lot of good builds, great builds that I thought was like, oh my goodness. And I decided that's the route I wanted to take. And I'm on New Egg right now. Today's date is February 21st. And they have 2 16 gigabytes, which is 32 gigabyte RAM, at the DDR5 64 megahertz. So that's 400 megahertz more. So that's a better buy. I did a lot of research because the 64 gigabyte with the 2 cards, 32s, that had a CAS latency of 30, but the 2 16s they had a CAS latency of 36. So because I'm getting an extra 400 megahertz of memory, I decided that this would be better over the other one, which was running at 6,000. So that is my 4 cards. So 432 gigabyte, 4 16 gigabyte RAM. That is a better buy. And literally it's only $1 difference. So as you can see, the Vengeance has the Vengeance at 64 gigabyte or 232 is $194.99. But if I look at the 2 16s with a limit, girl, get it together. So when I look at the Vengeance 232, so when I look at the Corsair Vengeance 2 16 gigabyte which is a total of 32 gigabytes, but I'm doing a quantity of 2, so that's double everything. That is the same price, but $1 more. And it's also on sale, as you can see. I get a $5 off coupon. Or six is total, because I did a quantity of 2, so it's $6 off. It's literally the same price, and I get 400 megahertz more. So that's a lot of extra space that I can work with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that from my cart. Yes. So I'm currently at 7 different items. Let me refresh this cart because I do have several tabs open right now. So, oops, I'm giving y'all my information. Oh my goodness. Whatever. So we've talked about the memory. Now let's check the storage. So with the storage, I decided to do Crucial because they also told me Crucial and Corsair were really good memory brands overall. When I did my original build with the guy that I consulted with, he gave me Kingston and he said I could do much better. So I did, you know, this is my forever desktop. So I'm going to go with 2 terabytes, and that came at a grand total at $119. Yes, I can do Amazon, get it $2 off, but $2, come on now. So the video card was extremely difficult. That was a really hard decision to make. So just because, again, I'm like, I just hop on the laptop. Video cards don't really matter to me because I play on console. So with the all black build, it wasn't hard, but with the all white build, it was pretty simple. So with both builds, the all white and the all black, I have the RTX GeForce, both Asus brands at 4060 8 GB video cards. So with the video cards that I decided to go with for both builds, but we're going to discuss the black build, is the GeForce RTX 4060. And that is a really decent price. Again, with this, I've been advised to only stick with the Asus, NVIDIA brands. I was told to stay away from MSI and Gigabyte, even though, like, they're not against them, but just for a clean mind slate, I just decided to go with the Asus. So I did see that they are dropping a new card on March 3rd, which is the 4070, and I didn't realize, like, they got a whole, like, terrible resellers market. Like, they are just as bad as the Jordans. I'm not a Jordan wearer, but I know that people be, like, on that Nike app, just, with their bots and stuff. And when I started looking at eBay, like, I'm looking at the 4070 right now, 12 gigabyte, for $1,800. Like, that's how much my whole computer costs. Like, I'm not about to spend $1,870 on a card when that's the price of my entire computer. So I was advised, everything goes in order. 460 is good, 470 is better, 480, oh my goodness, and you have the Ti, and then you have the Super. I don't need that much. Again, I am going to be doing a bit of graphic designing on my computer, but it's not enough to where I'm like, oh, well, I need to look at every pixel. Like, it's not going to be like that. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But overall, like, I just need a video card. Again, I play on console. I will be upgrading my Xbox. I will still keep my Xbox One S. I'm not getting rid of it. That's my TV box. Like, that's a Fortnite edition Xbox. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not trading it in. I'm not doing any of that. I take care of all of my electronics. I take care of everything I have. But with that being said, like when I buy my Xbox One, I'm already gonna have that 4K. I'm buying an Elgato capture card, so like I don't have to necessarily worry about a video card. Like that's not too much of too much that I really need for this PC. So like I'm already building a really nice computer. So the 4070 is going to be available April 13th. Like I've seen some stuff that's supposed to be dropping March 3rd. Again, like I'm a nerd to a certain extent, but like I don't be going like super crazy. So that's about 300 something dollars. Not bad. Um that's definitely one of the most expensive things on this computer, the video card. So after that, the case is going to be. So I decided to go with the Corsair case. It was between the Corsair 3500X and the NZXT H6 Flow. So both of those cases are really nice. Again, I'm not doing the RGB lights, so I decided to buy the case without the the fans already like I decided to buy the fan without I decided to buy the case without the fans because I'm not going to be using those fans. I don't want the RGB. And plus they're saying like I read the reviews where people were like, "Oh, well, I ended up having to change them out. The fans are cheap, yada yada." Um I feel like the airflow in this computer should be really good just because I'm running a motherboard that matches the processor. So I don't think that processor should be overloading the way like other people are doing theirs. I'm not going to be overclocking it like super bad. I don't even know how to do that. I'm not doing any tuning. Like again, I'm a nerd to a certain extent. Like I'm sure if I spent a lot of time, researching and doing a lot of, on my own type testing, like sure I can get to that. I just don't want that. That's just not me. I'll leave it up to the people who are professionals in that or the enthusiasts. But for me, I just need something that works. So I decided to go buy three fans. So I have the Corsair RS120 120 millimeter fan 3 pack, and that's about $40. If you try to buy them individually, like I wanted to do the NZXT, and those were like $21 each. So I decided to keep with the Corsair just because I'm doing the Corsair case. Now I do have an NZXT CPU cooler, but I don't think that should really matter. I love that cooler. It's so beautiful. The Elite, I can't wait to use it. Just I can't wait to like walk in and see like a random GIF on the screen. Like I just really can't wait. I might even just like put like a shop with a logo on there once I get that fully designed, which is why like I'm excited because like I'm trying to design my logo right here on Blender, and it's not moving slow, but I don't know, trying to design on only two screens is hard. And again, like I only have one output, one HDMI output. I tried to do a USB-C output, that didn't work. So I'm really extremely limited to like the productivity because I like to work with extra screens. Like I've always had that privilege like when ooh, I've always had that privilege like when working to have like multiple screens. I could make this screen do this, do this, do this, or switch it around, whatever. It's kind of hard to do it on two. So I just can't wait to have that third one. Like I keep trying to look right there. There's nothing there. So power supply is very simple. Corsair again, the ARM 850. I did the 2025 version, just because the 2023 that had the most reviews is sold out. So once I put in the part number for the 2025 on Amazon, I was able to find it because I am using Newegg to buy majority of my products. So Newegg, thank you, shout out to you because the Asus GeoForce card that I was going to get is sold out on Amazon. So a new egg had it available with the $5.99 shipping fee. That's nothing. So I'm about to go ahead and purchase this just because I don't know who else is looking at this and it might get sold out. So lastly, I have the operating systems. I love Windows. Sorry Apple fans. Um, I can't do the Mac. Like I love Apple iPhones. I love iPods. I just can't. I love my iPad. I just can't. Like the commands, they're different. The controls keys are different. Um, it's not my thing. And the thing is with Windows, like most majority of everybody is like tailored towards Windows. Like like when I was in school, there were certain people trying to download different programs like PSCAD, and there was like different things they had to do because they had a Mac operating system. Because they had a Mac, they were using Mac, and like things were just different. They had to follow different commands if they wanted to download the stuff they needed to do their homework with. So it's like I just didn't want that type of. I'm just a loyal PC girl. I love my Windows. I will never give it up. Even though I love my Apple iPhone, like I would love to see my text messages come through my iMac. Like I would love that. It's just not my thing. So that is my all black build. That is on my all black build. So yeah, that is everything that I'm doing. And so far, my new egg, I'm missing a couple things. So I have my memory on here. I have my operating system, processor, video card. I still have to get my case and my cooler system. Um, the case fan. Who is selling the case fan for the low? Who got it for the low? Amazon. New egg out of stock. Amazon, 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 Amazon. Boom, Amazon got it. So I'm gonna order that from Amazon. And that is everything. Like I can't wait till all the parts come in and I get it to them. They said it's about a week till you can get it back. Not a problem. Shout out to A Max. Boom. About to charge the cord. Okay. It's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. So, with that being said, I can't wait to show everybody. Um, I can't wait to. So, with that being said, I can't wait for everyone to see what I have in store. I really can't wait to surprise myself with all the talents that I have. Like, I really can't wait to be like, wow, like I did that. I really can't wait for that. That's just like one of the funnest things that happens to me in life. It's just sitting back after something's finished and be like, wow, I did that. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like I go to a lot of events, I go to a lot of car shows. I like to do a lot of things, and it's like sometimes I don't pop out my phone. But now that I want to record these memories, I want to be able to edit them. So the PC power is a big thing that I needed to up on, which is why I am building this PC because there's a lot more that I want to do. Yes, I can go buy a $2,000 pre-built Dell computer, but I don't want to be mad and be like, dang, like it's not doing what I needed to do. Well, because I didn't customize it like the way I should have. So I'm super excited. I will be dropping some more songs. So you could go check out my SoundCloud at Young Llama or the Weird 198. That might be the URL. And super excited, super excited. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay with me. Stay with me. I got y'all. I got myself. God got me. Got you too. But I've been waiting for this moment for so long, and it's finally coming to existence. Like, I'm actually in it. I'm all in. And I'm unemployed. Like, I said I wasn't working, but I was like, I might be unemployed, but I'm still working. I never said who I was working for because I'm working for me. So that being said, dang, stop coughing. So with that being said, I can't wait for everybody to see what I have in store. Please go check out shopwithllama.com.